The crystalline spires of Galactic Command Headquarters gleamed against the twin suns of Kepler Prime, as Admiral Zethkara reviewed the intelligence reports with growing disdain. The holographic display showed grainy footage of human soldiers in their primitive outposts, wielding what could only be described as technological abominations. "Look at this." Zethkara's mandibles clicked in what passed for laughter among his species. "The humans have attached their primitive projectile weapons to our captured plasma rifles. They call it duct tape." The assembled council of alien military leaders rippled with amusement. Commander Vex Thule, her serpentine form coiled around her command chair, hissed softly. Their entire approach to warfare has come chaotic. No standardization, no proper protocols. Half their equipment appears to be held together with adhesive strips and metal wire. "Precisely why they'll never pose a real threat," Zethkara declared, manipulating the hologram to show more footage. "While we've spent millennia perfecting our quantum-encrypted weapon systems and neural link interfaces, they're still banging rocks together. Literally, watch this." The display showed a human engineer named Rodriguez striking a malfunctioning alien shield generator with a primitive metal tool. Impossibly, the device hummed back to life. Percussive maintenance in the translation matrix interpreted the human's satisfied grunt. The alien council erupted in what could generously be called laughter across 17 different species. 6 months later, Sergeant Mike Rodriguez crouched in the maintenance shaft of the Zephyrian dreadnought Cosmic Supremacy, his worn tool belt clinking softly against the alien metal. The massive ship had been humanity's greatest prize in the war, a fully functional command vessel that had somehow fallen into their hands during a chaotic battle over Mars. "Chen, you seeing this?" Rodriguez whispered into his comm unit, examining the nest of crystalline circuits before him. "Copy that, Rodriguez. What's it look like in there?" Corporal Chen's voice crackled back from the bridge where she was pretending to struggle with the ship's basic navigation systems. "Like someone tried to make a computer out of frozen lightning and bad decisions," Rodriguez replied, pulling out his trusty adjustable wrench, the same one that had become legendary throughout human forces for its ability to fix alien technology through applied mechanical sympathy. The Zephyrians had made a critical error. In their arrogance, they'd assumed human technology was primitive because it looked crude. They'd never considered that humanity's strength lay not in elegant design, but in adaptability, the ability to make anything work, even if it wasn't supposed to. Rodriguez located what his briefing had identified as the primary quantum processing core, a beautiful, complex array of crystalline matrices that hummed with eldritch energy. According to Zephyrian technical manuals, it was unhackable, protected by 17 layers of quantum encryption that would take their best AI systems millennia to crack. Rodriguez studied it for exactly 12 seconds, then gave it a firm tap with his wrench right where two crystal clusters met. The entire core flickered. "Huh," Rodriguez muttered, then gave it a slightly harder tap. The quantum encryption didn't crack. It simply stopped caring about being encrypted. The crystalline structure, designed to be absolutely rigid in its security protocols, had never been programmed to handle the concept of percussive recalibration. The quantum states that maintained the encryption suddenly found themselves in a superposition of locked. "And why am I being hit with a primitive tool?" Within minutes, Rodriguez had rerouted the ship's entire defensive grid through his tablet, a piece of human technology so obsolete that the Zephyrians hadn't even bothered to develop countermeasures for it. "Chen, we're in business," Rodriguez announced. "Their point defense is now configured to target their own fleet. Want me to activate it?" From the bridge, Chen grinned as she watched the massive Zephyrian armada approaching Earth, confident in their technological superiority. "Light 'em up, Rodriguez." The Cosmic Supremacy's weapon systems came online with a sound like crystalline wind chimes having an existential crisis. Across the fleet, identical dreadnoughts suddenly found their own point defense systems targeting their hulls, their quantum-encrypted communications declaring that they were somehow enemy vessels. Admiral Zethkara watched in horror as his unhackable fleet began systematically destroying itself. "How is this possible?" he demanded of his bridge crew. "Our systems are quantum encrypted. They can't even understand our technology," his communications officer, panic evident in her bioluminescent display, reported. "Sir, we're receiving a transmission from the human vessel." Rodriguez's voice filled the Zephyrian bridge. tinged with the satisfaction of a job well done. Hey there, fancy pants. Turns out your quantum what's-it doesn't much like getting tapped with a wrench. Who knew? As the last of the Zephyrian superweapons fell silent, their mighty armada reduced to drifting hulks by their own defense systems, Chen opened a channel to Earth Command. "This is Sergeant Chen reporting mission success," she announced. "Recommend we send Rodriguez's wrench to the Smithsonian after this. It just ended a war." Back on Kepler Prime, the Galactic Command Council sat in stunned silence as reports flooded in of human forces across the galaxy achieving impossible victories using what their analysts could only classify as aggressive mechanical empathy and functionally impossible technological integration. Zeth Kara stared at the tactical display showing Earth's expanding sphere of influence, marked by the distinctive signature of duct tape, cable ties, and the occasional strategic application of percussive maintenance. "Perhaps," he said slowly, "we underestimated the strategic value of banging rocks together." In the end, the galaxy learned what human engineers had always known. The most sophisticated system in the universe was still, fundamentally, just a machine. And every machine, no matter how advanced, could be convinced to behave with the right combination of understanding, creativity, and occasionally, a really good wrench.